Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. Today we are going to be filming a traditional Shop My Stash video. So I'm going to go through what's in the basket right now, some thoughts, and then we're going to shop my stash for some new products. I'm feeling like mixing things up quite a bit. So hopefully this will be as fun for you guys as it is for me. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Megan. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe, hang around. We do a lot of Shop My Stash, Project Pan, stuff like that. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump on in. Okay, so I felt like things looked pretty good last time when I used the flash. And then sorry if the audio is not as good this time around. My microphone just decided to stop working, so love that. All right, so over here I have my two Huda powders. Those are gonna stay. And then I also have these two. This is from Hourglass, the shade Ray, and then this is from Victoria Beckham, the shade Honey. I think I'm going to leave these in here because they're really nice, just like one and done or toppers. And something I have in mind to rotate in will also pair really nicely with those, I think. So I'm going to just leave it in. I use this most mornings, so I'll leave it in. This is my Project Pan Lippy. I'll leave it in. I'm gonna take this out. It's the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow in the shade Rose Glow. I essentially wanted to rotate it in to see if it's something I'm even still interested in, and it was enjoyable. Still not my favorite, but I like it enough that I don't feel like I need to get rid of it right now. So I'm gonna rotate this out. My Huda gloss still chugging away. I'm gonna leave that in, as well as my panning liner. I've had these two blushes in for a while now and been able to use them, so I am going to rotate these out. The glowy one is definitely my preferred one. I think it looks really beautiful on the skin, especially if you're using like a light base. It just gives that like yummy summer glow. So really enjoyed that one. I also had the NYX Buttermelt highlighter in here, which some of this stuff is new via PR or purchase with points, so it might not have been in here before. But this is the purple one. This is nice. I think it got a little bit overhyped on social media, not shockingly. Because like when you put it on, I don't really feel like I get a ton of purple reflect, which is what I was wanting. I feel like I get more of, and you can really see here even with the flash, I get a lot of silver. So I would have liked to see some more purple pigment in this, but I'm going to rotate it out. I also had the Ace Beauté liquid eyeshadow in here. I didn't use this at all, so I'm going to keep it in. I had the REM Beauty liquid in the shade Fembot, and I did use this a couple times, so I'm going to rotate it out. Same with the Trixie Cosmetics liquid eyeshadow in the shade Appreciate. Really love this, super sparkly. Gonna rotate it out. This is my color corrector, is gonna stay in. I am gonna rotate out this Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place concealer because I think I'm getting to a point where some of my other concealer shades are gonna be a match for me. So we're gonna swatch some of my concealers and see what I would be able to rotate in place of this, but it's gonna go out. I also had this in. This is something this was my souvenir from Spain. It's the Dior Forever Glow Luminizer in the shade 6. Really pretty, super sparkly and glittery. Definitely been enjoying it. It does remind me quite a bit of the ones in the quad, so I don't really think I needed it, but you know, gonna rotate it out. I also have been using the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. I got this with points recently. I picked it up on a recommendation from a YouTuber I've been following for a while. And this is like really nice. It's the most like subtle but like natural glow. Like it's very like believable that it would just be your skin. Actually, a friend had recommended that I use it all over as like a glowy finishing powder, so I want to try that. So I am going to keep this one in. Then we have my Chanel bronzer. That's gonna stay. And then I have my quad that previously just housed my MAC blush that I'm panning, but now also houses the Milk Makeup one that I scraped out. Oh, that's a long hair. And the Milk Makeup bronzer over here on the bottom, and then a little bit of a Merit highlighter up there on the top, so it's just like a little bit more well-rounded. So I am going to keep that in. I'm also going to keep my Natasha Denona Glam face palette in the shade Light in. I'm currently panning the blush and the shade Crease, so I'm going to leave this in. I am going to rotate out the Vegan Collagen Hydrating Setting Mist. This is, in fact, hydrating, so this is going to be better in the winter for me. Right now, I need something that's going to like lock in my natural oils, so I'm going to rotate this one out. I have the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Setting Spray. I have been absolutely loving this. I'm going to keep it in. And then I have the Gucci, what is this? The Luminous Matte Foundation, which actually, look at me. I'm making progress on it. We're like right in here. This is a good shade match for me right now. Recently discovered that. So it's the one I actually took to Vegas. So I'm going to leave this in since it's a good natural shade match. I hate having to mix. I also had the Kelly Ray So Blown Blurring Primer in. I'm going to rotate that out. And then this is like newer to me. It's the Hourglass. Why isn't this focusing? There we go. Veil Hydrating Skin Tint. I have the shade 5, which is a skosh warm for me right now, but I can pull it off when I blend it down the neck, and I try to always walk on my breaks at work outside, so I do continue to get color. So I'm going to leave it in because I think it's going to work It works fine for me, but I think it's going to even work better here soon. So I'm going to leave that in. And then, of course, I have my Forever Glow Star Filter from Dior in the shade 0. This is starting to get to be a bit too light for me. It's in my project pan. I really wanted to finish it before summer. But if you guys saw my video just about life updates, I have not been wearing a ton of makeup. Otherwise, I think I probably could have finished it. I'm going to keep it in and continue to evaluate if I need to rotate it out. So far, it seems to be fine. It has a 12-month shelf life, I think. Yeah, 12 months shelf life. So I think we're like right around 12 months right now. I don't know if it will last into the winter, so I might just continue to do it, but lighter. I don't know. But for now, it's gonna stay. And then yeah, everything over here, I always keep these up over in here. They're my Half Magic sticks, the sparkle crayons, because I feel like I reach for them semi-frequently, so I like to have them right back in there. And then lip liners. But yeah, so let's see, what do we have? We have 2 foundations. This, I need a concealer. Okay, so this is kind of what it's looking like. Let's shop for some different products. Okay, so this is the primer, concealer, foundation, singles drawer. I am going to pull out this Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Matte Setting Spray. I think it's already open, and I think this is a good time to pull this out in the summer. I'm hopeful that this is something I would be able to empty throughout the summer since I get a little bit drier in the winter, so I don't typically use more matte finishes then. So I'm going to rotate this in, and we can go ahead and put the hydrating one back. For concealer, let's swatch the Estee Lauder one because the shade is good for me right now. I just want to mix it up. The one I'm itching to use is the Natasha Denona one, which I have 2C or N2, so it probably will work for me right now. Yeah. But the one I would like to pan is this one from Armani, because it does not have a stopper in it, because I could not get any product out of it with a stopper, and it's just like messy. So I would like to finish it, and I paid for this one, so that one seems a little bit deeper. And then I have this one from Kulfi that I'm hoping, it was a little warm for me before. Oh, that actually might be the one I need to rotate to, because it's the lightest. Okay, so put those back. And we're gonna rotate in the Kulfi concealer in the shade Misty Maple. I had a different color on my list, but my friend Steph, we have pretty similar skin tone, and she said this is the one she loved, and I actually think she's finished it. But the shade was a little warm for me, but I don't know. We'll try it again and we'll see. So I'm gonna rotate this in. Okay, I also decided to do a swatch of the Gucci foundation to help us see what would be good right now, because I really am itching to pull out this one. But I know it's one that is a little bit dark, was a little bit darker on me. Oh yeah, see, that's still, gosh darn it. Because I was wanting to pull that one out, and I was wanting to pull out my Huda one, but I didn't know if they would be a match yet. Not yet. I think this one would be closer to a match than this one. Gosh darn it. Man, that is such a bummer. Because this one is a little bit light for me right now. I honestly should go back through this and put stuff where, like, this is dark, this is light, this is medium, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think I'm just gonna stick with the two that I have out right now, and then hopefully when I see you guys next, we'll be able to pull out some more of these. In terms of primer, I'm not really feeling a blurring primer right now, and it's kind of hard to use one right now just because I'm using my SPF religiously, and it's like gets very glowy very quickly. Maybe I'll pull this out though. It's a little older, and I have not really used it that much to even know how I feel about it, so I'm gonna pull this out. In terms of single shadows, I do want to pull out a few different things. I'm wanting to pull out this Merit Single in the shade Misty Maple. I used it the other day, and I loved it, and it was so easy to just top one of those singles over it. So I'm going to pull this out. And another single I was thinking about, well, I guess it's a duo, pulling out to top over that, is this one from Patrick Ta. I think this would be a really pretty one to top over that Merit shadow. And then I think these ones are lighter. None of them are very bronzy. No. Yeah, as we get into like spring, summer, I tend to lean very bronzy. So that's what I like to look for. But yeah, that's all we're going to get out of here. For bronzer, I'm definitely not going to pull anything different because I have two up there that I'm actively working on. But I was thinking about pulling this out since I didn't take it on either trip. I'm like, I feel like I should use this, but I don't know. Maybe next time. And I think the reason for that was because like there are some blushes that I've been thinking about that I want to pull out. Goodness. There's that one. I wanted something. Yes, I wanted this one. This is from Lawless. It's in the shade Starburst. It's like very, oops, sorry if you're getting flashed. Jeez, it's a very like peachy warm. So I'm gonna pull this one out. And then I want to pull this out from Danessa Myricks, this quad. haven't used it in a minute. It's really nice. I love the way it lays on the skin, and these are some really pretty like neutral tones. So I'm gonna pull this out, and I think that's all for blush. Okay, so here's the lip drawer. I feel like it's looking a little sparse since our declutter, but honestly kind of nice. The lippy that was here is in my purse, and honestly I don't really feel like going and getting it, so I'm not gonna. But one of the lipstick sticks I was wanting to pull out is this one from Milani in the shade Petal. It's like really pretty, and it's like a fun pop of color during this time of year, so I want to pull that out for something fun. Oh, it's not. I brought it back in here. It was Huda Beauty lippy in the shade Bombshell. Let's see what else. I kind of want some color. So why not? I haven't pulled out my Kaja lippies in a while. This one's romantic vibe. Really pretty. You can see I'm going for a particular tone, it seems. I think this one's more nudie. I like this one too. My heart. What else? Oh yeah, this is one that I wanted to try during my declutter. So I'll pull this one out as well. And we'll stick with these. That's like 4 new lippies. Okay, for highlighters, this is going to be kind of easy because I've been thinking about it and I've known what I want to pull. I want to pull out... I know I want to do a Dior quad, but I was like, do I want to do this one or this one? I wore this one today. I think I'll pull out this one, the Universal Quad. I really love these. I know they're expensive, but in my opinion, they've been worth it. I've used the absolute crap out of them. Not even that you can really tell, but I have. So I'm going to pull this out. And then I think that's going to be all, because this was the Merit one. Okay, my mic decided to cut out here. So this is the Merit one that I depotted into my quad. And essentially, like, there's so much product in there because I just depotted the top off there. And yeah, there is a freaking ton. But anyways, let's move on to eyeshadow. Okay, so the first one we're going to start with is the Avatar Last Airbender from Lethal Cosmetics. This is the Fire Nation palette, and I actually used it today, and during this time of year, I'm just really drawn to those kind of warm tones, so I'm going to pull that one out. Warm tones also means, of course, my Natasha Denona Bronze. Steph and I still are playing Battleship with this palette, but as you guys know, I really haven't been using eyeshadow this year, like eyeshadow palettes, but I have been reaching into this drawer more over the last month or so. So I do want to go ahead and pull that out. I'm also trying to decide if there is anything else that I want to pull out as well, and I think I'm going to pull out the Natasha Denona Gold palette. I've been thinking about using this for the last, couple weeks, and I think I'm going to just pull it out. It'll balance out those warmer tones really nicely. Plus, these shades in here, those top 3, are just so sparkly and wet. They are like nothing else she has ever made. And even if I'm just reaching in here to like top these on my eyes, like I want to use those freaking sparkly shades. But yeah, I thought this would complement those warmer tones nicely and give us some balance. Some of the other palettes that I have been reaching for over the past couple weeks are a couple of my Inslee Rain palettes. I'm getting to know those a little bit better. I don't support the brand, but I already had those, so one of those things. And then lastly, I just wanted to go over a few declutter items while I have you guys here. The first one's going to be this Wonder Beauty palette. It's called Trailblazer, and okay, I don't remember what I was saying because I just realized my mic stopped working. I don't understand what's going on with it. But since the last time I did a declutter, I was like, I'm gonna see if I reach for this more, yada yada, and I did not. So I am gonna declutter this palette. I'm also gonna declutter the ABH Primrose palette. Not because I don't enjoy it, because like I clearly have. I actually used it a few times last week, but the thing is I was starting to get quite a bit of creasing with the shimmers, which I don't know, I didn't have that before, but I was getting some creasing with this shimmer, some creasing with this shimmer, and they're so pretty, which honestly makes it kind of hard to let go. I love this one, Rose Water. I actually use this as like a highlighter sometimes. It is absolutely gorgeous. But I'm just like not, I have like a pretty low tolerance for creasy eyeshadow. So I'm going to declutter it. I did want to note that while I've only had this palette for about 2 years, when we received it in Ipsy, it was already over 2 years old. So while I've only had it for 2 years, like this palette is more than 4 years old. So that's like kind of disappointing that, I mean, not only Ipsy does that, but Sephora also does that, where they'll sell you makeup that is already like 2 to 3 years old. So like when you get it, it's not even fresh. It really just makes me not want to buy things if they weren't just launched, because who knows how freaking old they are. But yeah, so decluttering this. And then the other product I'm going to declutter is this Ulta Beauty single, their bouncy eyeshadow in the shade Sugar Cookie. This just does not give me all the wham bam that I want. Like, it's an extra step that doesn't really provide much. Like, I get way more from a ColourPop Super Shock, or even just like my other singles that I have. Like, it just doesn't compete with those, so I don't reach for it. So I'm gonna declutter it. All right, so let's try to fit everything in here. Okay, so pretty much everything. I'll just have this setting spray sit over to the side. Not a big deal. But yeah, this is everything we have for the next couple weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button before you go. And yeah, I'll see you all in my next one. Bye!